And once again, we've got a sudden ending to there, which is great
We
stuff.
have, yeah.
Anyway, welcome to Rice and Rainbow on the
Hey,
radio.
hey, how's it going? Hey, how are
it's
you
going
today?
pretty
You good?
I am.
Good. You look well.
Good.
I'm trying on a sort of bright and breezy persona. What do you
Are
think?
you?
Like it?
How's that working out for you
Hey,
today?
what do you think? I don't know. I'm liking it so far.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's quite cheerful.
hey. That's it. It's just noises.
It's just noises.
It's just an additional. Whoa.
That might not work well in the long run then.
I don't.
Just
you know,
noises
I
could be a
just
bit
can't.
annoying.
I just can't keep it up either. It's just like, oh, I'm really not bothered. I'll just go back to being. No, I don't know really. It might come and go. But anyway, yay! Yeah, I'm really groovy being on the. What is this? The radio.
It's the radio.
As opposed to the
Karamea
television.
Community Radio.
Yeah, that's the one.
Listening in at 107.5 FM. To everybody in the Karamea region.
Do we need a jingle for that?
Sort of.
Yeah.
Not quite.
Yeah.
Once you go around the corner there, can't hear
Go on. I should explain. I'm a bit nasally today. I'm a bit bummed up. I think
You've always got an excuse for your voice.
I think I breathed.
Last week
I breathed
it was
something in. I breathed something in, and it's bummed me up a bit. So I sound a bit coldy. So that's that. That's that explained.
Everyone's joy.
Well, you know, you've got to. It's not
coronavirus
because there's no such
There's
thing.
no cases
No such thing on the
South Island. Yay for us.
Brilliant.
We are corona free. Woo-hoo.
I'm loving it.
So well done everyone that
So I haven't got that.
did as they should and stayed home.
And now we can all
Didn't travel
chill out.
around
Yeah.
all over the place.
I'm loving it. It's good.
Didn't go do stupid things.
Brilliant.
Didn't just come back from China.
Indeed. All good stuff. So you up there on the North Island, please stay there.
Stay there.
Just don't come down here, please.
I don't think they'll hear us from here.
No. What if we shout really loud? What if I'm extra chirpy? Hey, ooh. Will that will that carry it further?
Might do, but probably not.
No. All right.
It's got far more to do with the power to the transmitter.
This is true, yeah. So if I shout louder, it does make it go further from the transmitter then, because it's not how it works.
No.
Like, really make it travel. I still haven't put any oil in for this squeaky bloody chair. Can you hear that? So annoying. I keep forgetting. It's just annoying me, I'm sure, but I don't know.
Other people may be annoyed by it.
Yeah. Are you annoyed by it?
Not right now.
Alright. Not right now, but in a bit. Stop coughing.
I could become annoyed by it later.
Alright, okay.
If you go on about it enough. It's more you going on about it that would
That's
annoy
going
me.
on, yeah. You're quite easy to annoy though, so I might make that my sport for today. Is trying to annoy you with my squeaky chair by saying, Claire, can you still hear the chair going? It's got a squeak, yeah? That sort of thing. Now you're looking annoyed, see? How long did that take? That was like 2 minutes. Brilliant.
Yes, we are indeed 4 minutes into the show.
Excellent.
So well done.
Good stuff. And there we go. So
I think music. I think
I think
808
so.
States. We've got some techno bell for you.
Beautiful.
So listen in.
Lovely.
And that was Air with Cosmic Trip.
Ooh.
Fabulous.
I think I've heard of Air. I've not heard of Cosmic Trip.
Well, I thought my kind of theme for music today would be down deep into the depths of realms, tracks that you may never have heard of.
Right, so
possibly
lots of
even bands that you may have never heard of.
So not popular music that people want to listen to then, sort of just random
hopefully
stuff that
people
no one's ever heard
still
of
want to
before.
listen to it.
Well, if I choose a few
Air's
tracks,
brilliant. And Amy Winehouse, she's on next. Everyone's heard of Amy
that was my
Winehouse.
disparaging sound there.
I know.
You didn't pick up on it. I thought you were going to go, don't say that. Make it,
Well, I thought you were being disparaging towards Amy.
No,
with
it was
that particular sound.
It was Air. It was Air. I mean, I like breathing air, but the band there.
Just because you don't appreciate French electronic music doesn't mean.
Just saying the words French electronic music. You think no. I think you're right. I don't.
Yeah, but
I
then
don't
you
even
like
have to
Daft
hear
Punk,
it.
so.
I take it all back. You're quite right. They are indeed. They are surprisingly French, aren't they? It's like, oh yeah,
they
they
keep
are.
very quiet about
They
it.
do. Oh
That's
no,
nice.
Daft Punk. We are French. Don't tell anyone. Do you like that outrageous
That's
French
brilliant.
accent? It's good,
Yes.
isn't it? Very convincing.
Very convincing. Every
It was
French
like a
person
French
speaks like that.
person was here in the studio.
Almost.
Wasn't it?
Almost exactly.
Just like that. It's exactly like that, yeah. So,
Mais
we...
oui, bien sûr.
Huh?
Mais oui, bien sûr.
Pardon?
Je dis bien sûr.
Oh, don't start that. Well, I know you're better at languages than I am. All right. I thought I was impressing you the other day with my 6 Chinese words, and then you start speaking to me in fluent Mandarin, more or less. It's like, oh God, can't I have anything? Apparently not. No.
I say nothing.
Oh,
Je dis rien.
you're going to sit there. You're going to sit there quietly in a cloud of modesty, aren't you? Sort of steaming away. Smug modesty. Is that possible?
Smug modesty. It's not. I don't
can you
think
have
it
smug
is.
modesty?
I don't think it is.
No.
No.
All right.
No. It's kind of the two things. It's
Polar opposites, aren't they?
Yes.
But you seem to manage it.
I am a Venn diagram where the two circles do not meet.
Ah,
Mutually
is that
exclusive.
a Venn diagram where the circles don't overlap?
Well, it could be. Usually, in a Venn
Surely.
diagram, it's a way of showing that things do
Yeah,
in fact
that's
overlap
right,
in
yeah.
some way.
Google Venn
That's
diagram,
why-
people. Is it
That's why I said
VENN?
that. It is VENN.
Yeah, you know, for those of you who don't know, Google it. You will know of the
Yeah.
concept. You've seen it before. But now I'm patronising the audience. Hey, well, there we go. Welcome to the patronising the audience section of the show. It's good, isn't it? Wait.
Awesome. Anyway, talking of audience,
Talking of patronising.
some of you may have been tuning in yesterday at 2 o'clock to hear us because we
Where are they?
did say we were going to be back next Thursday
They did.
at 2. It's in fact Friday
They
today.
completely failed. It was my fault, really,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
kind of.
Yeah.
You weren't here.
I
In
had a-
all fairness, you
I
weren't here.
had a nice time though. I was away up the Fenian track for 3 days, or as you would have it, 2 days.
It's because it was 2
But
days.
it was really over 3 days. But the fact that it was just 48 hours over 3 days, you know, it's still like
It's 2
3
days.
But anyway, I had a really nice time, and I saw one of those big carnivorous snails. Heard
Yeah.
lots of kiwi.
Yep.
And camped out in the freezing cold.
I like the photo of your snail because she's got a blue edge.
Yeah.
Oh, nice crinkly edges as well.
Lovely crinkly edges.
Yes, a little bit like Norway.
like
but
a
not-
lot like
not
Norway,
entirely.
but smaller.
Much smaller.
Very small. I think it moves when
And,
you
and
try and
not
photograph
made
it.
of fjords at all.
No, not made of fjords. Very notable by its absence of fjords on the snail. Yeah. Part of its defining characteristic, absence of fjords.
That's not.
So that's why we missed yesterday. I wasn't here. Excuse me.
However, you are now back, so
am.
here we are.
Hello.
Back on it. Awesome stuff.
Yep, being
Hopefully.
all chirpy. Hey, ooh, been Friday.
You're trying it out.
I am, yes. It's
It's
wearing me
working.
out quite quickly.
Yeah,
actually.
you
I'm
can't
feeling
keep
a
it
bit
up very
tired.
long.
I need coffee. That'll probably bring it back up again. Hey,
Well, fortunately,
ooh.
we are at the back of Vinny's.
We
You
are,
could
yeah.
nip off and get a coffee.
I've had like 8 coffees today. Though.
Have you?
Maybe
Maybe
that's
not.
making me tired. It has a reverse after a while.
8 coffees in
No,
your
it wasn't
toilet.
8. No, can't be 8. 3. 3, 4 coffees. No.
Do you know how to count?
Yes.
You had 2
Do
at
I
home.
know how to remember is a different thing. Anyway, look, shall we do something? So that's why we're here today, not yesterday, because I was freezing parts of me off up the Fenian track, and very nice was too. Lovely, a few days away. Heartily recommend it. If you've not been up there, there's snails.
Which only come out at night, by
Yes,
the way.
they are
those of you
nocturnal.
that are unaware, the cowrie snail is a nocturnal creature.
And if you want, my top tip, if you want to go and see one, right, is go after it's rained. Or
Yes.
better still, during the rain and the night. Now there's a challenge.
A rainy night.
Yep.
It's just a
you're
delight.
quite likely to see them, I think, in the rain, in the night.
Could be why they don't get seen by people.
I
very often.
think so,
I
yes. I mean,
suspect.
it had rained the previous day and I saw one.
Yeah, it was already too late, really.
Yeah, that one snail. It was probably a bit hungry. All the rest had been out in the rain. They'd all eaten their
Eating.
fill. That one snail probably hadn't found enough to eat and was out and about looking for various things to. That's the noise they.
It was a very convincing
That's
snail
the
eating
noise
noise.
they make when they find an earthworm. I think they eat earthworms primarily.
Earthworms, yeah.
When they find one,
Very loudly, suck
Yeah,
it in
like
like a
that.
string of spaghetti. Yeah, all right.
If you're really lucky, you can actually hear them make that sound.
I'm gonna say.
I stood around for a while waiting for that
Did
snail
you?
to catch something.
It did
I
not.
should have given it an earthworm.
Yeah,
Then
why
I would
didn't
have
you?
heard. I
What?
don't know. It's only just
What
occurred to
thinking?
me. It's only just occurred to me now.
Crazy,
I know.
crazy.
Crazy guy. Anyway, we've been rambling for far too long.
Yes, enough time.
Because we did say we'd try and keep these bits shorter, didn't we? The talky bits.
Yes, it's sort of
Failed.
almost my job, but hey.
That's why I'm reminding you.
Amy's got
Amy
a movie mood
Beerhouse.
for love.
Oh.
So let's listen for
Well,
Movies
I'm
Mood for Love.
very pleased for her.
2, 1.
Lovely.
Was Augustus Pablo meets the Upsetters
Yeah.
with Llama Lava.
Llama chameleon. Do
Indeedy.
you think so?
Llama.
No, mate.
Chameleon. Doesn't have to quite
No.
something, does it?
Llama. Oh, anyway, moving on. Moving swiftly on.
I wish we
Have
would.
we've got a famous guest.
We
Haven't
do.
we?
We do. We've got a new
Yeah.
famous
Yeah,
guest.
new famous, not the same old
Not the
famous.
same. Not
guest
the
we
same.
always
She's
have.
so. I'm sorry.
She's
She's just
so
so
not here.
busy.
It's too busy to come down.
Plus, with the whole thing of South Island being free of COVID,
She's
it
not allowed in.
has been decided by everyone living here that
Not
the
allowed in.
North Islanders can stay where they are.
Yeah,
Thank
they
you.
can. Sorry, guys.
Sorry.
You stay up there.
Stay up
Stay
there.
on your island.
Stay up there on your own island.
But our famous guest is here.
He is. Yeah.
He's
brilliant.
just hello.
Hey,
He's
he's
there he
just-
is.
he's just
waving
joining.
through the window.
Yeah. Do you want to just go?
I'll
get
go
him?
and grab him. But I have to say that it's really bad timing. But I need the loo. I know you don't know what's near that, but it's true. You know, it's just how it is. All right, the human body has functions.
Just go.
I'll
Send
go-
the guest in.
I'll send him in.
On your
Hopefully, I'll be able to join you for a bit before he has to go again.
Yeah.
But,
Everyone's keen for that.
yeah, so I'll just go and get it then. So, keep things going without me.
It's,
Come on in,
it's
come
not
on
that
in.
hard.
Lovely to meet you, by the way.
Hey, how's it
Thank you very
going?
much. Thank you very much. It's a great beer.
Have a seat. Actually,
Hello, Claire. Hi. Thank you very much. How are you doing today?
I'm doing absolutely fabulously.
You're looking
thank
wonderful. I'm
Thank you.
loving the colour of your hair, ma'am.
You.
It looks really good. What are you laughing at?
Well, you know.
You're laughing at my American accent.
No, not at all. It's completely believable.
Anyway, I should probably explain that.
Welcome, Elvis.
Thank you.
Would you like to introduce yourself and let us know what you've been doing all this time since 1979 when you
Well,
died
I may have.
at the age of 42? It's just dissolved into a fit of giggles. Sorry, I think.
Well,
we
then,
understand.
I'm back. I'm back. Yes, I am indeed one and only Elvis Presley. Thank you very much. I know. I know people think I died back in 1977, but I had to fake my own death to get out of the music industry.
I completely understand that because Jim Morrison did the same. So we're potentially led to believe by
Jim Morrison did the same.
yes, faked his own death
He
to
learned
get
that
out of
trick
the,
off me. I met
the
Jim.
industry business.
I met him some
Did
years.
you? Did you
I
all
met him in
meet up
1997.
on a secret desert island after you
No,
faked
ma'am.
your own death?
No, ma'am. It was a spacecraft
Oh.
of the intergalactic nature.
Spacecraft.
It was.
Awesome.
Um,
Okay.
Yeah.
I did wonder because we'd all been wondering.
Yeah, I felt now was a good time to come out and say, I've faked my own death, I'm still alive, and put an end to all those
this
conspiracy
why-
theories. Thank you very much.
Is this why you don't look that much older because you've actually been out in space all
That
this
is
time?
it. That is correct.
Possibly floating close to a black hole and therefore
No,
not actually aging so much.
Well,
and then
ma'am,
you came back
have
very quickly.
I have to say, ma'am, you have a
Um,
very good grasp of quantum physics there, but it wasn't that at all.
Okay.
It's just the fact of, well, I don't want to go into too lengthy an explanation of the nature of space travel and the effect it has on temporal distortions and stuff like that. That's not why I'm really here today.
Why are you here today?
I love Karamea.
We're very keen to know.
I love Karamea.
Oh, well, who doesn't?
And
What's not to love? What's your favourite bit of Karamea?
my favourite bit, well, the main reason I'm here right now is for the wide bait season.
It's not on yet.
I'm going down after
You-
right after this. I'm
you
going down with a
can't.
net down to the
You can't.
estuary,
You're not
estuarine
You
area.
can't. It's not open
Is it
yet.
not open?
It's not open yet. You
Why
can't
is
go
that?
down there.
Surely it is.
No.
That's the only reason
No.
I've come here, man.
Well, I'm sorry. The white bait's not yet. You got to wait till like
God,
September.
oh, I nearly swore that, man. I'm so sorry. That's not in my nature at all. It's
You
I
can
tend
shoot ducks though.
Oh, well, maybe I'll do that.
You like shooting ducks? Is that what you're going to tell me?
I like the sound of shooting ducks. Yeah, I can do with a bit of duck shooting. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. But so
I thought you said you were going to be the vegan Elvis. That's not very vegan, is it? Shooting ducks.
well, I don't eat them. I just shoot them.
That's worse, quite
Is it-
frankly.
is-
Just shoot them
Have
and
you
leave
ever-
them to die.
Ma'am, I have to say, have you ever tried? It's great
No.
fun watching them.
No, I haven't.
Watching them explode in a ball of feathers,
That sounds horrible.
and then having a nice veggie burger for your tea. It's very good.
That sounds bizarre.
But I turned vegan on the very
That's
day
not vegan. Can't be vegan and kill
I
animals.
turned vegan on the same day I faked my own death. I was sat on the toilet at the time, as is well known, and as I shoved a big meaty burger down my throat, whilst sat on the very toilet, whilst trying to extricate the
Don't, honestly, we don't.
Yeah.
No one needs to know that end bit.
And there was ma'am, I have to say, it was that time I realised the music industry was taking a terrible toll on my body. It was connected to
Wasn't
burger
it your own
eating.
eating? Wasn't it your
Exactly,
own eating?
exactly, ma'am. Intricately connected with the music industry.
But
At that moment, I went, right, no more. I am vegan Elvis from this hence day forth. Praise the Lord. And I never looked back. As I said, many things have happened to me in the intervening years as I've travelled this planet and indeed many others.
so you're on a spaceship.
Well, that's what I was saying, you see, because obviously most of the conspiracy theories, man, are about me. A lot of them are true, you see. A lot of them are actually
All true.
Not all of them, but 95% are
I really
actually
like
true.
the whole desert island one. I thought that was a great
I spent
conspiracy
a
theory.
long time on that desert island. Thank you very much, ma'am.
You
Yes.
said you didn't when I first came
Did I?
in.
Oh,
Yes, I
I
asked you
thought-
about that.
oh.
That's my first question to you.
I thought you were offering me dessert.
No.
And as I
Only-
have already had a vegan
Only
dessert
one
today.
S in that desert island.
Ah, but no, yeah, the desert island was particularly a favourite of mine. It was my first port of call to lie down low after faking my death.
So next time when I say, and did Jim Morrison join you after he faked his death, are you going to say no again?
No, ma'am. He did join me.
That was my first question. You said no, denied it
I'm
all,
quite
and now
certain
you're admitting
That's
it all.
not my recollection,
Well,
I
you
have
know
to
what?
say.
You know what? Rock is my life, and this is my song.
Well, thank
That's
you
what,
very- thank you
that's
for
what
inviting
Bachman
me.
Turner Overdrive have
More
to say.
Elvis after this.
And that was the Beastie Boys with The Scoop there. As I said, diving deep into the depths of albums that you don't get to hear otherwise. And Elvis is still here with me in the studio.
Hello, thank you very much for having me, ma'am.
No
It's
problem.
been a
no
pleasure
problem.
to be here today.
Oh, it's been wonderful having you.
I like to make these appearances every now and again, just to add to the conspiracy theories that I'm still alive and that I did indeed fake my own death, which I can confirm, thank you very much, that I did indeed fake my own death on the toilet and became vegan that very day with a
Awesome.
burger in my hand.
Anyone had missed that on the previous section.
Well, I just thought it was worth saying again, man.
Awesome. No, it's
Where's that other fella? He's been in the toilet a very long time. Is he okay?
I don't know. Maybe you should go and check on him.
I might do. I was hoping he might join us, ma'am, and have a bit of a, shoot the breeze and ask me about my bright green mohican that I have these days.
Well, I could ask you about your bright green mohican.
Well, it's part of the camouflage, you see. Part of the camouflage. No one expects an 80-year-old man to have a bright green mohican.
No, they do not.
No one asks you about it.
Well, no. It's
So,
it's a very
It's
surprising
perfect.
thing.
It's called hiding in plain sight. You see, you have your bright green mohican. No one thinks, oh look, there's Elvis Presley.
True.
So, And thank you for correcting me during that last song about the ducks. You're quite right.
Shooting
won't
ducks
be.
is not vegan.
It's not
yeah.
vegan. It's clearly not a vegan pursuit. Won't be doing that at all. In fact, again. But listen, it's probably time I should go.
Have you got a helicopter to go get?
I've got a helicopter right outside. Yes, that is my helicopter. I try to keep a low profile mostly, but this is quite a remote location. Thank you very much. So, I shall go now. It's a shame the other guy. What's his name again?
Jeff Rice.
Oh yeah, it strikes me as a really, really nice kind of guy. Really, just down to earth. Those MC Hammer cargo pants he wears they're a bit much for me, to be honest. They're not really my style, but I like the blonde crew cut as well. It's really suits him. The MC Hammer, what they call harem pants.
Harem pants.
Harem
Yes.
pants.
Harem pants.
Not my style, but if that's his thing, that's fine by me. Anyway,
Well, it's been awesome
I'm
having you,
gonna
Elvis.
thank you very much.
Do
Claire, it's been
come
lovely
again
to-
next time you're
It's
in
been lovely to
Karamea.
meet you, Claire. I'm going.
No problem.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much. And
Thank you.
live long and prosper. I'll tell you next time more about the spaceship incident.
Okay. That's it.
Goodbye.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Oh, Jeff, you'll never believe it.
Hey,
You just missed him.
Oh,
Just
God,
missed our famous guest.
I really needed that now. I mean, Elvis Presley as well. I mean, can't believe that. What an opportunity. How could I have missed that bit? I did brief. I had time just to shake his hand as he ran for his helicopter. I wasn't expecting that green mohican though. What's that all about?
He said it was sort of an anti-Elvis device. If you were,
Yeah, I was,
you wouldn't recognise him with it. Which
well,
yeah.
it wasn't what I expected. You know, when
Well,
I
that's what
knew
he said,
Elvis
you
was
see,
coming in, so there
you
you
weren't
go.
expecting the green
It worked
mohican.
perfectly well.
Ideal.
So it's glad it's pleasing to know, I think, that he's still around and alive after all these years. Don't you think?
I'm not sure anyone's going to believe that, to be honest.
Why not?
Well,
He's just
you
here.
know,
I've
he was
just
just
seen
here,
him.
and he had an
I can
incredibly
confirm.
convincing American accent that did not waver at all in any of the
I
telling
can,
or
I, can
anything.
I can confirm it was Elvis, the very Presley man himself. And I can see, just seen him getting in his helicopter discreetly.
Yes,
He
very quiet. I
he
can't hear it.
complimented me on my trousers, by the way.
Well, they are pretty awesome trousers.
Yeah. I wasn't quite sure what was going on there, but he did anyway. But never mind. Yeah, I got to briefly meet the man. So, but
Perfect. What more do
it
you want?
would have been great if we could have taken part in the interview. But you know, sometimes your digestive system just
He
takes
refuses
the
to
lead.
let you.
It
Refuses
just
to
takes
let
the lead.
you.
You've got to
Yeah.
go
Gotta-
with
that's
what
right.
you've got.
You gotta go when you gotta go, basically.
That's about it. Yeah. But
Now that
Lovely.
you're no longer full of shit, shall we move on to the
I
next?
think that would be an excellent choice. Yes.
Next song, which is The Woman in You, Ben Harper and the Innocent Criminals.
Perfect.
One.
You should be thoroughly ashamed of yourself for that choice of song. That's your. I claim no responsibility. It's
Well-
all you.
It was from an 80s album, and I just thought no one's ever heard this song in forever, and quite rightly
There's a
so.
reason. There's a reason. There's a reason.
It is truly hideous.
It's a horrible song.
It's truly hideous.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know, it was classic. What the 80s was all about.
Terrible
So
music.
Terrible music.
There's a lot
And
of good stuff
also-
in the 80s.
Also,
I wasn't
you know,
there, of
the
course.
whole what the lyrics were about, and she's like, oh yeah, you know, got to have this man who's so macho, he's got to be this,
Terrible.
that, and the other, and
I fortunately I'm
just an anathema to me.
anathema. Good word. Is that the
Yeah.
word of the day? Anathema.
Could be.
I haven't got
could
an
make it
anathema,
so.
but I've got an inhaler.
That's athma.
Hey, oh dear.
Oh dear.
But yes, as you can see, I don't live those that kind of like 80s aspiration for males to be macho. As you can see, I failed to live up to
You're
it.
so unmacho.
Exactly.
Almighty.
I'm very conscious
In your purple sorry, in my purple
in
trousers.
your purple trousers.
And
No,
my
I thought they
t-shirts,
were
in
MC
fact.
Hammer harem pants.
Well, we could tell the truth for change.
Oh, you're such a spoiled sport.
I know.
Oh, outrageous. But yes, I don't subscribe to macho-ness at all. I'm quite happy in your flowery purple pants.
Well, they do suit you.
Pants or trousers?
Well, in New Zealand, usually pants.
Pants like in America.
Yeah.
Pants, not like
Yeah.
pants in Britain is underpants.
Underpants, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not wearing your purple underpants.
No.
But I am wearing purple trousers. Your purple trousers, to be specific.
Indeed. Indeed, and they came from Bristol. Strangely enough.
I love that. I like Bristol.
Bristol's a
I'm
good place.
wearing
I was visiting
Bristolian
my
purple
cousin
flowery trousers.
Yep. from
Marvellous.
an op shop, obviously.
Of course. All right. I'm even more pleased. It gets better all the time.
Gets better all the time.
Next you'll be
Where
telling
does
me
it
they're hand woven from more organic cotton.
stop? Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I'll check the label. I'll drop my trousers and look at the label. You amuse yourself while I'm just doing that.
Oh dear.
Zip. No, that's it. Anyway. So, are we doing conspiracy theories? Are we doing a conspiracy theory slot, or do you want to do?
Well, there is that, but I thought we were going to talk about the moon first.
The moon.
Remember how
You don't believe in the moon, do you?
It's not that I don't believe in the moon. I mean, obviously, there it is. It exists.
Although, hang on, now
I'm just saying there's some very strange, weirdo facts about it, and that causes me to wonder
what the
where
moon
it
is.
actually came from.
Where
yes.
the moon came from.
Where the moon came from,
You
which
can-
sounds weird, right?
You can be so
But-
odd sometimes.
But the thing is, science doesn't know.
Science doesn't know.
They don't
This-
know. It's just
maybe
they've
we
got
should save
theories.
this.
They've got several different theories about it. I mean, you'd think we
It's my
would
disparaging
know
noise again.
where the moon came from.
You do know
but
where the
we
moon came
don't.
from. Of course
That's what
you
I'm
do.
saying. We don't.
You think it's a spaceship.
I'm just
It
saying there's
arrived.
certain
You come on. Yes or
certain
no?
facts that
I'm going to
could
do my
lead
Jeremy
you to
Paxman
believe
onto you here.
that.
And then pin you down. Tell me, yes or no? I'm just yes or no. Do you think the moon is a spaceship?
I don't know. I'm just saying it could be.
What do
I'm
you
just
mean
saying
you
there
don't
is
know?
enough.
Of course, it's not
there's
a
enough.
bleeding spaceship. It's the moon, isn't it?
Yeah, then
Oh,
why is it hollow?
Oh, it's not hollow, is it?
It is hollow though.
It's not hollow.
It is
The
hollow.
moon's not hollow.
It rang like a gong when they hit it,
That was a figure of speech. It didn't
No,
mean it was an
they
actual
did.
gong.
and then they've
A
done
big
seismic
spherical
tests,
gong like
and
a
it goes
Christmas bauble.
and it does ring like a gong.
Just
You can
not
look
really
it up.
a gong.
You can look it up.
All right. Well, look, I'm going to Google that later. If anybody else wants to Google
So
that
there
the
you go.
moon is
We've
a
managed
spaceship
to cover astrophysics.
and
and
the conspiracy theory in one
in
goes
one
very
sentence.
clever. Who thought that was you? Must be. You're much cleverer than I am. So you must have engineered that one, I think. Well done. Well done.
There it is.
But it's not. It's a ball of rock.
No, it's not a ball of rock. That's
It
what I'm
is.
saying. It's hollow. It's hollow.
It's not hollow.
Why are the
Of course it's
craters
not hollow.
all of one depth? Like
Because
that makes no
gravity.
sense whatsoever.
Gravity.
It's not
Of course it's gravity.
Gravity does not explain
well,
that.
look, the planets
They're
and
not
moons
all of
are-
one depth
they're
on
all-
this planet, are they?
Planets
No.
are spherical because of gravity, you see.
That's got nothing to do with
Of
why
course
the
it-
craters
of
only
course
go
it
down
has.
to some depth, as if there was a shell of harder material underneath.
Well, as I think I might have said to you before, it has quite a high metallic content, the moon, being a small previous planetoid that
But
smashed
that
into
does
the
not
Earth.
explain why a meteorite travelling harder or being bigger than other meteorites would not delve a deeper crater.
Maybe
And
it
none
just,
of them do. They're of different diameters, but they're not of different depths. They're all the same depth. That does not make sense.
gravity. It does make sense.
Gravity does not account for that.
If you've got a deeper crater, right, it'll just fill up more, won't it? It'll fill up from
What do
the
you
bottom
mean it'll
up.
fill up? What are you talking about?
It'll fill
Yeah,
up.
over time. But what
Over
I'm saying
time,
is
yeah.
that is not the case.
I
That has not happened.
think I don't know.
Exactly.
I-
You think you don't know. Fact is, I've checked these
I do.
things out,
You have
and
not.
those are the
Oh, where-
facts.
oh, yeah.
Those are the
Oh.
facts.
Where did you do your research? On YouTube, by any chance?
No.
Was it the internet? It was. I did my
Of course, I
research.
did my
on the internet.
research
Let's
using the
ask-
internet.
Tell you what, I'm gonna
But I
text.
didn't go to crazymoontheories.com and go
Well,
and read
that's
there.
where you're going wrong. That's where you should have started. Crazymoontheories.com. I'm just going to register that website name now while I think about it. I'll make a fortune with crazy moon stories. Well, it's the advertising you make the money on, really. But you know, you get what I'm saying.
Go on, advertise away.
But I think I might have to send a tweet to Professor Brian Cox during this next track to ask him about your moon
What
theory.
if the moon is in fact an alien spacecraft? He's not going to say yeah, is he?
What will he say? I mean, he might just say,
He'll probably just ignore it. That's probably what he'll
another
say.
crazy,
Nothing
another
at all.
crazy. And you know what? He'd be right.
Well, quite possibly.
Yep.
Anyway, we've got a bit of Nirvana coming up for you now. In Bloom.
Brilliant.
3, 2. And that's Oasis, indeed. Little by little.
I was a bit of a sing there.
You did.
I wasn't expecting to do that, but you know. I can't.
No, don't stop.
It's
No,
terrible.
don't continue, please.
All right. You sure?
Yeah, very sure.
You got that look on your face that makes me think you do want me to.
No,
carry on.
stop. I don't know where you get these looks on my face from.
I think
You're
maybe
completely
later.
very bad at
I'll
interpreting.
sing to you later for you. I'll sing to you later. How about that? That'd be nice.
That'll be much nicer for
Be
all
very-
concerned.
Be very nice. Yeah, for all. Yeah, you'll love it. If you're in for,
I will love
you're
it.
in for a real
Yes.
treat.
Yeah.
Let me tell you that.
Can't
I'll
wait.
pick the song though,
Can't wait.
if that's all right. I'm thinking maybe that Joe Dolce, "Shut Up in Your Face."
Yeah,
That might be good.
that'll be the one that I'm thinking of
What's the
anyway.
matter, you? Hey, that one.
I know it. We all know it.
We all know it.
We all know
We
it.
don't all know it. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Back to the moon, but
Back to the moon.
but different.
But the
Different
meme,
moon.
that meme that was going around last month about how the moon was going to be a smiley face. If you look up in the sky in
Yeah.
July, new moon, smiley
Seems a
face,
bit
blah blah
unlikely,
blah,
doesn't it?
June or whenever.
Yeah.
I was poo-pooing the whole idea last week.
You were poo-pooing it quite a lot.
And I
A lot,
looked up
a lot of poo-pooing.
a lot. And to be honest, if there is any smiley faces, it's going to be the moon, Venus, and Mercury. So seeing Mercury
Bit
with
small.
the naked eye
That would
at night.
give it one really tiny eye, wouldn't
a
it? The
super
smiley face.
tiny eye.
Got a tiny eye.
Yeah, and quite frankly, I don't think you're going to see that.
It's basically the line.
It's a lie.
So it's supposed to be the crescent moon, Venus, and Jupiter making a smiley face.
Yes.
Is that right? Not going to happen.
It's
is
not going to happen.
What a
Definitely
load
not,
of
because
nonsense.
Jupiter's nowhere near it. If it was going to be any planet, it would be Mercury.
it? Giving it a squint.
But Mercury's just like way too small. I don't
Too
think you're going to see it. Quite frankly.
The only people smiling are the meme creators who are going, rubbing their hands together. I've made everyone think that the moon.
Well, it's not the first time that the moon has been a subject of Facebook memes. Or has it?
Hollow spaceship.
There
or
was
otherwise.
that one that. Well, that's not been a meme. But anyway,
It will be tomorrow.
if you make it
I
so,
will do.
just
You're
to
gonna do it.
okay.
See what happens.
There was that one about Mars. Remember back in 2003,
Oh,
Mars
you mean the big Mars?
was going to be
Yeah.
so close
So
to us,
massive in the
so
sky.
bright, it would be as big as the moon.
Yeah,
No,
that's right.
Not possible.
People shared that. It's like, come on.
Completely impossible.
What
And
planet
not
are you
only
on?
did they share it during that year, it kept on being shared over and over again, year in, year out.
Well, of course, the planets go round and round, so it's plausible that if it was going to happen once, it's going to happen again. But it was just never going to happen at all because it'd be impossible.
The whole thing of Mars appearing to be the same size as the moon, nope, that's
No.
never going to be possible
Not gonna
because Mars is, in fact, it's just never
It's
going
a
to.
very long way away.
It's a very long way away,
I'm gonna
and
go.
it's way too
I'm gonna go
small.
for 40 million miles. What are you around? 40 million miles
Well,
from
we know
there?
it takes 8 months to get there in one of Elon Musk's spaceships.
Has it been?
Anyone that's been watching Mars on Netflix,
I can highly recommend
that.
that. It's a very factually based
it's quite
program.
interesting how it flicks about between
Colonisation of Mars.
what's happening what was happening in 2016 with regards the whole space flight and should we go to Mars, and then they're postulating
And how
what
exciting will
happens
it be when we
in
get there?
2036 when
Very good. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, it was. I've been enjoying it.
I was a good series. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But at no point did they say that it will get so close to the Earth that you've got to see it, regarded in the sky, as being the same size as the effing moon.
No chance.
No chance.
No chance.
Hollow or otherwise.
Indeed not.
It's not going to happen.
Never.
So there you
Alright,
are. So that's
glad we cleared that up for
we've
you.
cleared that up. There is no smiley face with Venus and Jupiter.
Or
Next.
even no smiley face with Venus and Mercury that you can
With a
see with the
squinty
naked
eye.
eye.
You're not going to see that.
Maybe you can see it with
No.
a telescope.
No, but that
And
defeats the whole
even-
object of the
Well,
smiley
it
face.
does,
if you've got to
exactly.
look at it through a
Exactly,
telescope.
exactly.
Then the moon would have to
Quite
be really far
frankly.
away.
It would. It would.
Was it? It was Immanuel Velikovsky. It's just come to me.
What
Worlds in Collision, I believe it was called. His book, Immanuel Velikovsky. Do Google it. Do Google it. And he speculated that the planets zip to and fro through the solar system. He was a lunatic.
Zip
But-
to and fro. Well,
yeah.
they do appear to, because of the nature of their orbits, they do appear to drift
No, he meant
across
they.
forwards and backwards.
He meant they
you know.
move around in the solar system, not in a circular orbit. They come in and
Just
go
going
out.
do 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 do
You've
wherever
got
we
it.
want to la 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 on
That's
the moon. I feel
that's
like
it.
going here for a
I'll
bit.
show you later. Immanuel Velikovsky, check it out.
Okay, how
But
are you
then-
spelling Velikovsky?
Oh, I don't know. With a V, but that's it. But you know, years later, crazy as his theory was, because he's on about that being a recent thing. In the distant past, it actually turns out he was actually onto something, because in the early solar system, the planets would have kind of like moved around a lot more before they settled into their stable orbits.
Well, imagine, you know,
So there you
before the sun had decided what it was going to do, and you know there might have been a few random rocks
Yeah.
just kind of going whoosh.
Before the
Before the sun's gravity kind of like
Before-
caught anything.
Before the sun had decided to feng shui the solar system.
Yeah,
basically
it was just
saying,
like, you know what, I'm just
"Plot
gonna
Mars there.
land here.
Oh, that's good for my
let's see.
chi.
Oh, look,
if
there's a
Jupiter's over
big
there.
gas giant over there. I think I like that.
Yeah, plot that there.
That'll just stay there.
Like that.
Wash.
You make it sound
Couple
like the sun went
More
shopping.
bits of rock.
Sun's
Well, you
got
know.
sun's off down the planet shop.
in
Ooh,
its own way.
I'll have three of those gas
that's-
giants,
That's
please.
sort of what happened.
Uranus. Well, not having that one. I'll have 2 Jupiters instead.
Well, I bet you've been
There you
for
are.
Uranus.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, talking of the sun,
Talking
I
of
think
Uranus.
we should go to One Perfect Sunrise.
Go on then.
One. And that was Ozzy Osbourne with Road to Nowhere.
I was wondering if that was going to be a cover of the Talking Heads' Road to Nowhere.
I was hoping it was going to
I
be
was
a
a bit
cover
really.
of Road to Nowhere.
'Cause I like that track.
But unfortunately, it was not.
It was not. I
It
mean,
was
it
his
was
own
all
track,
right. It
which
was
is
all right.
fine,
It was
you
all
know.
right, wasn't it? It was all right.
I mean, to be honest, I did prefer him in Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's
Well, me too. Yeah. Me too.
enough
That's,
said there.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Clearly it is. Clearly
Moving
it
on.
is, Yeah, yeah.
So we're going to have our climate change slot.
Climate change
Will we-
slots, yeah, yeah.
will we? That will be-
So,
what we
well, just
decided.
to remind people, really, it's still going
still
on.
there, just because we haven't got the coronavirus,
No.
we do still have climate change.
Tell you what, though, you know, people are going about flatten the curve with Corona.
Yes.
We
We've killed the curve here. It's not just flat, it's dead.
certainly in the South Island, it's a
Dead.
flat. It's a flat.
No cases.
Well, it's it's finished off,
Dead.
right? But we need to flatten the climate curve as well. You see, so you got your CO2 emissions, your temperature going up. It needs to tail off and then start to come back down again. That is a much bigger and more deadly curve that people
It's funny
are
that
less
since
aware
we've
of.
started having all these COP talks, these climate talks in various parts of the world, last 25 years, in fact, emissions have just been steadily increasing.
Steadily going up and up
In
and up and
spite
up and up.
of everybody claiming to have agreements in place by which they agree to
Things
reduce
don't really happen.
their emissions by a certain date, which is always miraculously in the future. And
Well,
hey,
it's
guess
just out of
what?
reach, isn't it?
Guess what? Nothing's happened.
Not a lot. I mean, not nothing, but the steps have been
Nothing's
too
happened.
small.
Well,
Lot of
too
renewable
small to make a
energy,
difference
lot of-
because our emissions have still been increasing.
They've still been
They
increasing,
have not
yeah.
globally decreased.
But we
And
have
that's
had
a problem.
a lot of wind and solar power installed globally,
Yep,
which has been
that
very
should be
good.
good. That should be good.
That has made a dent on emissions, but of course, you're right, absolutely right. Emissions rise year on year.
The oil industry basically still got a lot to answer for.
Tell you what annoyed me recently was that Michael Moore film that came out, The Planet of the Humans.
Oh yes.
Now that was very, I don't know if anyone's, I don't know, comment on giving it the oxygen of publicity, but here I go. It was a terrible film. It basically lied
What's it
his
about?
head off about renewable energy and how terrible renewable energy was, with lots of outdated myths really about wind and solar power, and it's the sort of stuff that a lot of the sort of fossil fuel backed myths they used to be around a lot about 10 years ago.
Sounds like a climate denier's dream.
It's a climate denier's dream. Well, that's the thing. You see, it wasn't a denial of climate change. But it was a denial of renewable energy. A proper denial with misleading
So
misrepresentation.
what was his solution instead then?
Well, you see, it plays more into the hands of the sort of nihilistic doom mongers.
Was it a case of, oh well, we can't do anything anyway, and even the good things
That was
that we
kind
can
of it,
do,
really. Yeah.
tough tits, they're not actually that good anyway. Blah
Yeah.
blah blah. We're all gonna die.
That
Is
sort
it
of extinction rebellion, nihilistic, just don't bother, let's just close society down, it's all finished. I don't like that way of looking at things. I mean, no, who's going to do that? Who's going to say, right, let's get rid of most of the human population, the rest of us can all go and live in caves? No one wants that, do they? But that's kind of what it was. That's the feeling
So
you get in the
his-
film.
his
It's too
basic
difficult, it's
thing-
too big a problem, it's too hard, just forget about it. Stop doing everything.
Depopulation.
Oh yes, that's right. Actually, yes. Sorry, yeah, of course. They did depopulation. It's always a bit of a fallback position when instead of looking at the main sort of problems of overconsumption, which is of course rich
Well, the
nations.
thing is, as we've proven to ourselves over the last 2 months, quite frankly, we don't need to buy so much shit. Generally speaking, there's a lot of journeys we make that, quite frankly, probably are unnecessary.
They are
We
indeed
like to
unnecessary.
make them, we enjoy making them, but are they actually necessary?
Buying too much
You know,
stuff.
I mean,
yeah.
this is the thing. It's we became used to a particular way of life, and quite frankly, maybe we need to get used to a slightly different one.
Yeah, so population is often pointed to as a major contributory problem.
Doesn't I mean, obviously, the more people there are to
Yeah.
consume, rah rah rah.
But the
Obviously,
the problem is
the
consumption.
main problem is that we're not living sustainably. The main problem
Overconsumption.
is that we're not just keeping within the limits of our planetary resources.
Indeed. And those are
Um,
largely used up by, Europeans, Americans, first world nations use up a huge amount of resources compared to everybody else. Like food's always a good one. There is enough food in the world to feed everybody.
and more than that,
More
9
than
billion, a population of 9 billion.
But
So
you
a
end up
billion more people.
so you end up with a situation where in one part of the world you've got famine and starvation, in a different part of the world people are throwing away millions of tons of food.
It's poverty. It's capitalist
poverty.
system. It's the way that it's the fact that they've just chosen to make sure that they, the capital, they have all the money, and everyone else basically. If you haven't got the money, you don't get to
You
live.
can't get access to that waste food. You can starve over there while we throw food away
Literally
over
throw
here.
good food away. Literally throw good
And
food away.
that
It's
is
a
not
criminal. It's
that
criminal.
cannot be solved by genetic modification, which is just making another product to sell to poor people who can't afford it. It's about
The
inequality.
problem's always essentially going to be money. Like, people are too poor to buy the things that they need in order to survive, and that will only change if we change the capitalist paradigm, which currently is just basically has been designed that all the money gets funneled up to the CEOs.
It does. Now, as with the capitalism bashing, which I do myself quite a lot, but I'm not necessarily anti-capitalist. I just think it needs a lot of
Well,
heavy regulation.
we still need shops and things. People still
Yeah.
want to go and buy food and buy roller skates
And
and
I'm
buy
quite
a
happy
car
for-
and
yeah.
there's certain things that we do need. There's certain things that make our lives easier and all the rest of it. Then there's a whole bunch of shit that, quite frankly, we don't.
I quite like the idea of entrepreneurs
And
blasting their own rockets into space. to be
there's
honest.
also
I like
that
I
whole
like that.
obsolescence being built into products these days.
Yeah.
Which is because of
Get rid
the
of that.
capitalist paradigm.
Buying
you know,
more stuff.
Back in back in the day,
Keep buying stuff.
people built stuff to last.
It
Furniture lasted 100,
Yeah.
150, 500 years.
These underpants I've got on, they're 40 years old.
No one wants to know that.
They were built to last.
There's not so much furniture these days that would necessarily last that long.
Yeah. So the
Yeah,
Michael
so-
Moore film was it did focus on population as a problem. It is a problem, but its consumption is the main problem.
It's less of a problem than people make it out to be.
Yeah, it
I
is.
feel. And certainly, people need to have access to their own birth control. They should be able to
For
choose
sure.
the number of children they have or
For
choose
sure.
not to have. That in itself is an issue in many countries. So, education,
Yeah.
educate the women and the girls basically, and they don't tend to want 6 kids,
Indeed.
generally speaking.
So, it's a bit of a stray from climate change there, I suppose, but I was
it
just
is
annoyed
something-
by
it
that
is
film.
something
It
that
annoyed me.
that is a driver of it, though. We wouldn't be quite in this, issue
Well,
if there were less people.
That film played into
but-
the hands of the fossil fuel companies because it basically sows feelings of despair. The problem's too big. We can't do anything. We thought we had renewable energy. It doesn't work, but
So
in
we'll
fact
just
it
let
does.
the planet die.
So we might as well carry on burning fossil fuels because everything
And
is a
let the
pointless
planet
waste of time.
die.
Indeed. And the fossil fuel companies loved this film. They loved it because
Of course they did.
it takes away, businesses that would threaten their business.
Anyway, I think this has
All
gone
right,
on
and
long
it's
enough.
gone. It's been far too serious.
It's
Should we tell
Bit
it?
depressing.
I tell you what.
I think I'm
should we
going
do-
to put on some Panda Bear.
No,
Which
I was
is-
just
which is very
lighten the mood with a
interesting.
quick joke.
No, don't.
Come on.
How about one afterwards?
No, let me do it now.
Is it a good joke?
Yes.
Go on then.
All right. Now you've got to do. I feed you the line. You got to say the line. Okay. Okay. What's the secret of good comedy?
I don't know.
The timing. See.
That was not a good
Did
joke.
you like that?
Well,
I liked it. I thought it was good. Anyway. All right.
Awesome.
Now put your rubbish track on.
it's not rubbish. Just because you don't appreciate electronica.
You.
Anyway, this is Panda
I
Bear
rest
for
my
those that
case.
do like it. Last night at the
I'll
Jessie.
rest my case.
You might like this one. And that was Peaches and Her with Shake Your Groove Thing.
I mean, that was all
Shake
right,
your
wasn't it?
groove thing.
Shake your groove. Oh dear.
All right,
No.
did you not like it? You were
It's not
grooving away
really.
in the
I
studio.
was
Don't give me
making the
that.
best out of it. I wasn't that bothered by it, but Give me some rock any
You've
day.
done a lot of today.
I have, yeah. It's my
What
new
is it?
noise.
It's your new noise.
It's my new noise. Oh, it's different that time. But it's
Is
my
that
new
ideal
noise.
to be doing that on your own radio show? Dissing that,
It's,
dissing, the music that you're playing. Well,
Yeah,
I
but
know, isn't it?
exactly. It's your choice. I've chosen one song, and everyone knows the best song that's been played today has been that Nirvana track, and that's my one choice. You've chosen a whole slew of dross.
Ooh, that's mean.
It is.
It's not
I
dross.
don't mean it.
It's deep into the album track.
I don't mean it, no. It's just that-
something different.
I mean, hats
Otherwise,
off.
you just always end up playing the same stuff.
You're
don't you?
right. You're right. But I've been consistently disappointed today with those tracks. That's all. They've been not very exciting on the whole, really. As I say, hats off to you, Explore Jamaica. Sorry, I'm being too harsh, but it's true. So I can be harsh, but there we are.
Well, that's cheered everyone
clear,
up for
yeah,
the,
it
the
has.
next
Hey,
set.
well,
We've
look-
got the really
You're right.
enthused.
That's really gone down. It's really taken it down a notch. I tell you what. Let me go back to the start with hey, the chirpy radio guy. Hey, oh, well, that was a brilliant track just then. That last one. What was it called? What was it called?
Shake your groove thing.
Shake Your Groove thing. That was brilliant. It wasn't even slightly tedious. It was, and you're right, quite right. I was grooving away. I was, whilst that track was on. Couldn't stop me. You were trying to talk to me. I was like, no, Claire, I'm just enjoying the music too much. Let me groove my groove thing whilst this groovy track is playing. I think that's what I said.
That's almost exactly what
That
you
was
said.
exactly what I
Almost
said.
exactly what
It
you
was, yeah.
said. Fabulous.
So there you go. Cool. Time's it. Can we go home yet? Was it?
Well, we can if you really want. It is
No.
9 minutes past 4.
Oh, right. We were like
so-
2 till 4, weren't we?
Well, yeah, but we didn't start till 2:20, so
Oh, yeah, there is that.
there's
Yeah.
that. Good
Yeah,
carry
yeah.
on. I mean, we could make
We could
this
do.
next 2 tracks, the last 2 tracks.
I
If you
don't know.
wanted.
What do you want to do? Should we
If you
talk about
wanted.
it during the next 2 tracks?
Well,
We can-
yeah, leave everyone up in the air. Is this
Yeah.
going to be the last 2 tracks
Wow.
before they get sent back to the playlist?
That's exciting, you see. That's a cliffhanger.
Is
that,
it?
isn't
Is it a
Yeah.
cliffhanger? It is
Nail
a
biting
cliffhanger.
stuff.
It
Are they
is.
staying? Are they going?
Who knows?
Clash. Maybe you could look for that one. That'd be a good track.
It would be a good track.
Should
I
I
haven't
stay?
got
Should I
time
go?
to look for that right at this moment, given that I've got 2 other
There's
tracks
my special new
queued
noise.
up, ready to go.
All right.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what. As you're so excited by them, I'm going to put on Penguin Cafe Orchestra. Nothing really blue.
I love the name.
Nothing is really blue.
Nothing is really blue.
Not even your shirt.
Yes, it is. Sea is quite blue.
Well, you see, they say that.
Elvis's no, it was green, wasn't it? His mohican was green.
It was today.
Yeah, but you know.
And that was Peter Tosh with Catchy Shubi.
Tosh, which
Peter
fits
Tosh.
the theme of the music today.
Oh, you're so mean.
I know.
It was Tosh, he says.
Oh.
Not Tosh.
Anyway, we're going to go, aren't we, in a minute? So
Yes, this is this.
Yeah,
Signing out.
it's been
at
good.
4:20.
it's been good. I've enjoyed the show today. We've had Elvis Presley on the show. How many
How many people
how
would
many
say
shows can say that?
that? Almost nobody.
He was looking good for a man in his 80s, wasn't he?
Who is dead?
Who is dead? No, he's not dead. That's
He's
the
not
point.
dead.
He's
No,
here.
no, that's right.
He's just been
hiding on a
It's
spaceship.
Shame I didn't. Well, only as he was saying, only partly on a spaceship. Some of it was on a spaceship. Some of it was on a desert island.
The last bit was on a spaceship, though.
Yeah.
My understanding.
Yeah.
You weren't even here. Remember?
I was told about it, so I was listening whilst I was in the,
Listening from the toilet.
I was in the toilety area and I was listening to what he was saying. And he was complimenting me on my horn pants, which is always nice. So it's been a good show. Yeah, Elvis, woo, alive and well. Green Mohican, who'd have thought it? But
Very few people.
yeah,
Almost
we've,
nobody, in fact.
we have dallied around the subject of climate change, of course, as per every show, because we need to remind people that it's still a thing. We have covered the ridiculous conspiracy theory that the moon is a hollow spaceship put about by your good self.
It's not put
I'm
about
going
by
to
me
look at that. I'm going to look at that. on
I'm
the
saying
internet.
there are plenty of facts around there that could support such a
But
theory.
I love the idea, actually, now I've said it, that you made it up.
I made it up. Yeah, it was me.
You've thought of that one and
I
put it
thought
out
of
there.
that. I've written books about it. Yeah, not written books
Emmanuel
about it.
Velikovsky, remember that name?
Yes.
Don't. Everyone's
He
forgotten
has
that name.
not written books about it.
No, he was a
Other
waste of
people have,
space. He was a waste of space. Bit of a pun there, you see. Space. Dear. But anyway, it's been good. It's been a good.
Well, you keep
good,
saying that. Are you Donald
I'm
Trump?
trying to.
Are you Donald Trump? And the more times
Been
you
great.
keep saying that
It's
something
been
is good,
The more
eventually people will believe
you
it.
are going, hang on a minute. He's saying
Is
it's
it
too good,
true?
too much. It can't be good.
Anyway, a quick rundown of the rest of the shows for the rest of the weekend into next week.
Yeah,
It's,
let's look at that. Nothing on the
nobody
board
else
there.
on the board apart
Nothing.
from us.
Nothing on the board.
next Thursday at
People
4th
haven't
of
got
May.
their heads around it
4th
yet.
of June, sorry. At the 4th of May. 4th of June.
4th of June.
So I'm sure people will turn up and play a set. Whether or not.
Hither and thither.
Hither and thither.
Yeah.
I came in on Sunday, found Obi-Wan on the decks there, so
Yeah, he was just there, wasn't he?
no doubt people will do the same. Anyway, let's return to the playlist without
Alright.
further ado.
Yeah, cool.
And we'll
Take care,
waffle
folks.
from us.
Yeah.
Enjoy. See you
See you
next week.
later. Bye.